Hello Star Wars fans, I'm Dan and this is Solo's Cargo Hold. In this edition of Sacred Texts I'm going to be looking at the Echo Base Vintage Trading Guide to Star Wars Action Figures 1977 to 1985. This is the second edition and includes some brand new features including the Earlybird Certificate Package, figures from Ewoks and Droids, and also some of the large size figures and global licensees. So let's take a look inside. So first of all, we have a brief introduction to Echo Base UK that was started by Adam Pemberton. I've got a contents page and then a brief overview of the Echo Base admin team. And then onto the Earlybird Certificate Package. Some really nice images of those products. To be honest with you, I'm not sure I will ever own any of these items, so it's really nice to have them in this book to look at. That's probably the best I'm going to get. A bit of an introduction to the action figures themselves, and then we crack straight on with each individual figure in the vintage Star Wars run. Really nice images of all the figures. Also includes weapon colour, depending on which variant it is, and the accessory that comes with it. And we just go page after page of absolutely wonderful Star Wars action figures. That's the last 17, Jabba the Hutt, and some of the other creatures. And then it goes on to, now this is really useful section for me, it goes into an introduction to the major variants. So for example, we kick off with brown-haired Luke, that was a variant from the original blonde-haired Luke. We've also got white-haired Ben, that took over from Grey. And this really gives you an overview of some of those major variants. There's of course a plethora of minor variants throughout all the figures, which you can really go to town on in terms of collecting. But it's nice to know what the major variants are, so I can check through my collection and see if I've got any of those. Then we go on to the Ewoks figures, and then droids. And then it goes on to large size figures, and that pretty much rounds up all the action figures in the book. We then go on to a bit of an overview of the global licensees for Kenner Star Wars. And a bit more detail about each one at the back there. In terms of looking out for fakes or any reseals or anything like that, there isn't any information particularly in this book, but they have actually highlighted the most major of all scandals, which was the Toy Tony scandal. They go into a bit of detail about how that happened, what the situation was, what you can check out for, which is really good. And then also extremely useful, some of the cards and figures that were subject to the Toy Tony scandal, so you can double check none of yours fall foul of this actual scandal. Finally, just a roundup of who put the book together and some vital information for collectors. So this was £8 directly from one of the Echo admins, and I think it's money well spent. I think it's an absolutely lovely visual guide. I'm going to find the major variants section really useful with my collecting. Thanks very much to the Echo Base guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks very much for viewing. Take care of yourselves, and may the Force be with you.